Alright, this is Obedo on behalf of V Electronics, and in this video we're going to be talking about future and present value. Okay, this is future and present value. Now, when it comes to your future value, okay, your future value is basically saying that a dollar today will be worth more in the future. Okay, so when we talked about opportunity cost, we also talked about interest and interest rates. Okay, and because of that interest, okay, a dollar today will be worth more tomorrow because you'll be earning interest on that dollar. Okay, so if you are a lender or a borrower, okay, a dollar today, whatever you lend today will be worth more tomorrow. Okay, because you're counting principal and interest. And the formula for future value, okay, this is present value. Okay, whatever the dollar's worth today, whatever the principal is worth today, into 1 plus your interest rate raised to n. So n stands for number of years or the term. Okay, so let's say, for example, you lend $10,000. Okay, or you know what? Let's just say $1,000. You lend $1,000. Okay, and the interest rate is 10%. So over here, your interest rate will be 0.10. Okay, all raised to number of years. So let's say you lend it for 5 years. So over here, this will be 5. So n equals 5. Now, if you do the math on a scientific calculator, okay, let me pull up scientific here. All right, so suppose this is your scientific calculator. If you do the math, okay, let's say you did lend $1,000. Okay, so this will be 1,000 into, okay, bracket 1 plus your interest rate, which is 10%. Okay, all raised to, okay, 5 years. Okay, your future value will be $1,610.51. All right, now this is $610.51 more than your principal. Okay, so this amount over here, $610.51, is your interest. Okay, so this is how much you would earn on your principal of $1,000. Okay, so that's basically your future value. Okay, now apart from future value, okay, you also have your present value. Okay, so let's say, for example, okay, if you need $10,000, okay, for let's say future expenses, let's say you need to invest in machinery, equipment, okay, inventory, land, building, what have you. Okay, what you're gonna do is you're gonna deposit a certain amount of money for you to get that future value, for you to get your future value, whatever it is that you need. Okay, so let's say, for example, okay, you know your present value, okay, or you don't know your present value, rather, excuse me, you don't know your present value. So present value is a question mark. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to figure out what that present value is. You know what the future value is because obviously you know how much you want at the end of 5 years. Okay, so let's say you want okay, let's say we use the same figure over here. Let's say you want $1,610.51. Okay, so 1,000 future value is $1,610.51. And you know the term is 5 years. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to type in your future value, which is $1,610.51. And you'll rearrange the equation and you will divide, okay, 1 plus your interest rate raised to your term, which is n, okay, number of years. Okay, so let's say your interest rate is 10%. So this will be 0.10. Okay, and n will be 5 years. All right, so if you do the math on your calculator, okay, this will be $1,610.51 divided by brackets 1 plus 10%. Okay, all raised to, okay, this is 5 years. All right, so this is $1,000. So this is how much you would need to deposit for you to get $1,610.51. Okay, so this was our present value when we tried to find the future value of $1,610.51. And this is what we arrived at once we had the future value and we wanted to find the present value using the same interest rate and the same term, number of years. Okay, so basically what you're doing over here is you're rearranging the equation. Okay, so if present value, start off with future value. Future value is your present value into 1 plus I, which is interest rate raised to n. Okay, what's going to happen is, okay, to figure out your present value, you'll simply bring this part of the equation on the other side, which means your PV will be your future value. Okay, divide by, because this is multiplied over here, so this becomes divide by 1 plus I raised to n. So this is how you figure out your present value, and this is how you figure out your future value. All right, and these two tell you that your dollar today will be worth more than $1 tomorrow. Okay, given the fact that you have interest being accumulated on that dollar, given the fact that as a lender, okay, you're making interest on your principal. All right, so that will be it for this video. On behalf of V Electronics, this is Ubaid. Have yourself a great day.